Welcome to another episode of Walk and Talk Wednesdays, where I share weekly insights, inspiration, and motivation to help you get through your week. My name is Eddie, and I am a therapist who specializes in trauma, stress, and anxiety. So this week, I wanted to focus on our mindset, and the subject of this video is titled Battle the Monsters. So if you are experiencing winter in New Jersey, we are in March, but if you have experienced what I think many of us have experienced, if you are a parent, have been the viruses, the colds, the sickness, the strep throat, the non-stop being sick. And in my house, we've all been battling something, and it's been really challenging, when you're a parent and you're not feeling well and your kids are not feeling well, and you just have to navigate the stress that comes up with all of the sicknesses, right? Forget the fact that it's February, March, and if you had goals that you New Year's resolutions that you had set for yourself, and then you get sidelined by colds and just life, it can feel overwhelming and it can feel stressful. And I know for myself that things have taken up a lot of headspace in my head, besides the washing of sheets and are my kids okay. It's also all the other thoughts that show up. And I am someone who journals daily. I try to meditate daily. I exercise. I argue with myself, all in an aspect to navigate the thoughts that show up in addition to life's happenings. So I use these as a way to navigate and combat the negative thoughts that often show up. And I wanted to just identify for you. Take some time to notice your thoughts. Ask yourself what stories are showing up. Ask yourself what sort of like where your mind is going in addition to the event that is happening. And I like to call the thoughts that show up the negative Nelly monster, because she loves to settle in and she loves to make you worry. She always wants you to think about the worst case scenario. She makes you doubt yourself. She makes you question whether you can handle it. She wants you to blame other people. She wants you to lash out. She wants you to blame yourself. It's all of those things that attach this emotional charge to events that are happening. So I want you to bring your attention to your thoughts and noticing that while you may be experiencing something difficult or stressful, those thoughts are often compounded by the stories and the judgments that accompany the stressors. So what is your headspace? What are the stories that are going on up there? For me, I attempt to argue with myself and challenge myself to seek out solutions and not just live in a space of worry. I appreciate that negative Nelly shows up to make me consider the worst case scenario and to try to then think about the solution, but I work really hard not to let her set up shop in my head and just discourage me, because it serves no purpose. And sometimes she wins. I won't lie. I sit on the pity potty and I just live in the space of worry. But for the most part, I try not to let her take up too much space in my head for too long. This is where, I journal. This is where I meditate. And it's often in an attempt to expose Nelly for who she is, which is an unproductive and a biased worrywart. So for me, one of the things that I also do is I have this personal mantra that I utilize, which is called, I will do what is required. And I will do what needs to get done. And it gets me to take action, and it gets me out of my head. It stops me from thinking too much about what I feel like doing or don't feel like doing. It stops me from focusing on what I'm missing out on. I just focus on what is required, and I just focus on taking the action steps to get those things done. Now, for every one of us, what is required is different. And what is required of you as a parent, a family member, a partner, an employee, an individual, all of those things, all of those requirements are difficult and individual. And sometimes those requirements conflict with one another, but it's about asking yourself to focus on what are the actions that you can take, what are the choices that you can make that don't allow negative Nelly to just take over and to just put you in a space of feeling helpless and hopeless. So regardless of the difficult choices that we have to sometimes make, don't let the monster of negativity add to the mix. Battle that monster. So if you are battling illnesses and viruses in your house this week like I am, you are not alone, and I am in the trenches with you. If you are struggling with something at work, if you are struggling relationally with people in your life, partners, spouses, parents, however, I am here with you. I am recognizing that you're going through a tough time, and I wish for you just the continued health and well-being towards being your best self. So in addition to battling the physical monsters this week, I encourage you to battle the monsters in your head. So until next time, be well and embody the habits of the person you want to be. Thank you. Hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.